If you have been in this fitness space for quite some time, you might have heard of the term progressive overload. Now, what is that? Well, a quick Google search and you will find out just that. Progressive overload training is a type of strength training that involves gradually increasing the intensity or difficulty of workouts over time. Doing this creates more stimulus in order for your muscle to adapt over the strenuous work that you place it through. In order for you to see the results of progressive overload, yes, you will have to stick with the same exercise over time. By doing so, you will have to progressively add different increments for that specific exercise that you carry out. What do I mean by this? One, that can be either the rep range, you can gradually increase the weight as you progress, or increase the tempo or reduce the tempo. Just depends on what you're training for specifically. One thing that you will notice as you stick with the same exercise is you may go through a plateau. This is a natural state at which every human being will find in their fitness journey. And when that time comes, your body's basically saying, hey, I've reached my peak now. I'm strong enough for what we're doing at the moment. I need a different stimulus. Otherwise, I'm going to stay right here. This is where you would have to add different modalities of training in order to keep seeing progression. Well, now, here are the disadvantages that an inexperienced person who is trying to progressively overload may experience. Really and truly, I only have one disadvantage, and that is the person, the individual, may try to rush the process. And believe me, your body will tell you when you are rushing the process. Now you may be like, hey, how will my body tell me I'm going too fast? You will get hurt. Simple as that. You may develop arthritis, tendinitis, your joint aching. You can even tear a muscle. You can even break your bone. Now hold on. I know that all sounds scary and doesn't sound worth training at this point. But if you take your time in the process, you can avoid all those things. Now, let's dive right in to specifics of how to progressively overload. If you are just beginning in the gym, take yourself through, I'd say, a 5x5 training. Don't lift heavy. Take yourself through a slow range of motion just to be aware of your body positioning, focusing your breathing. Do that for, let's say, a month, and then the next month, either increase the weight by, let's say, 5 kilograms or 1.25. As you continue that 5x5, next week, add a 1.5 kilogram, 1 kilogram, wherever your gym progresses by. Just add a 1 kilogram every week. And then you find in the month comes by, you probably be 5 kilograms up. And then you can find, you can increase the rep range. So instead of doing the 5x5, you can stick to maybe 5x6 to 8. So within that rep range, whilst also progressively increasing the weight. You want to be a runner, for example. I don't know what psychopath wants to do that. For example, you're running outside. We'll skip the treadmill, run outside. We'll do half a mile. Start off with that first month, go half a mile, just to get your joints accustomed to the movement and the ground force that you're placing your joints through. Month 1 passes by the way, let's say you're doing this 2 to 3 times a week. Keep it consistent like that. Month 1 passes by, you do 1 mile. Month 2 passes by, push it up to 2 miles, 2 to 3 sessions a week. Keep going, you get the drift. I know a lot of people lack patience. I do too, I'm guilty. But the reason why we have to slowly, progressively overload is because you need to allow for your musculoskeletal system to adapt. Simply put, you need your tissue and your bone to slowly adapt, otherwise you will hurt yourself, as simply put. With a specific topic like this, there is a lot to go through, so unfortunately I can't fill it in all the way in this video, but I do appreciate you watching regardless. If you did find this informative, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And yes, I may or may not think runners are psychopaths. Like, how do you guys do it?